Hi there, thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Natasha, welcome to my channel. Today's video is an Empties video where I talk about all of the beauty products and makeup products I've used up, and I give you a thorough review over who I think it would work for, if it's something I would buy again, if it's something I would recommend. Forgive me viewer if I have sinned, it has been over 7 months since my last Empties video. I typically do them every other month, and so you can only imagine how much stuff I've accrued. Usually in these videos, I take everything out of my little basket here and I separate it into categories: makeup, skincare, hair care, and body care. And that way you get a little sneak peek of what we're gonna be talking about in the video. But I actually have so much stuff that I'm not able to do that on camera. Like, it is just too much of a mess. So I will share a picture of everything so you can still get an idea of what we're going to be talking about today. And I'm going to do my best to go quickly through these, still giving, I feel, enough information about each product but without overdoing it, so this video isn't like over an hour long. Right now in this bucket is only makeup empties, and then I have everything else behind me already sorted out, ready to go. So let's just get started with makeup. Quickly, I wanted to go over 3 products that I used up that were within palettes. The first one was earlier this year. It was a matte cream eyeshadow in the Too Faced Bonbons palette. I don't think they make this anymore. And I used this to set my eyeshadow primer. I used it to clean up whenever I blended too far outside of where I wanted the eyeshadow to go. I also used it sometimes on the lower lash line to brighten things up. That's something I do pretty often with matte cream eyeshadows. And once I used that one up, I moved on to the one that's in my Soft Glam mini palette. This is in the shade Tempera, and again, just a cream matte shadow that I used for the same reasons. It's one of the eyeshadows that I go through on a regular basis just because I use it for so many things, and with pretty much every eyeshadow look I have a need for a shade like that. And then I also used a bronzer from the Filmstar Bronze and Glow Duo. I have the shade light to medium. I finished up the bronzer, but I still have the highlighter left. And then I do have 2 makeup adjacent products that I wanted to talk about. The first one is the Beauty Blender. This one originally was hot pink, and I know some people prefer to switch out their beauty sponges like every 3 months, 6 months. Everybody has a certain level of comfort of how long they're willing to continue using the same sponge. I always wash my makeup sponges with the Dr. Bronner's bar soap before using it because I'm gonna wet it anyway, so I wash it right before I use it. And I found that this didn't change in texture. It didn't get a lot of like gouges or holes in it over time, and I ended up just using this for probably over 2 years at this point. I think I got this back in 2018 and I started using it regularly in 2019. And I had purchased another hot pink beauty blender in like December or November of last year during the holiday sales. I think it was like 14 bucks, and normally they're 20 something. I thought I was gonna eventually have to replace this soon because I had already been using it for over a year, but I only just recently started using another beauty blender. And so this one is finished, but I've been using this forever. I think it's 100% worth the money. It is a more expensive sponge, but I just think it's the best. And for how long I can use it, I don't think it's really that expensive at all. And then I have a lash growth serum. It's from Babe Lash. I purchased this one from the website, but I think you can also get these in salons sometimes. It is a very expensive product, but it legitimately does work for me. I notice my lashes are thicker and longer from using it. If you pair that with a lash lift and tint, your eyelashes legitimately look fake. It's amazing. I really only do that for special occasions. Like, I use this for the 2 or 3 months leading up to my wedding so that I could have nice long lashes for my photos and everything. I'm not using one currently, and I can definitely tell my lashes just like aren't what they could be, I guess. But it's a very expensive product. I think a full size tube, this one is 2 milliliters. I think maybe the 2 milliliters or the 4 milliliters, whichever one is like the biggest size, is like $120. So I'll use this in the morning and at night whenever I'm first using it, and then I'll switch to using it once a day and pretty much just keep using it until it runs out. And I definitely start noticing a difference within 3 or 4 weeks. But yeah, I think it's a great product if you are in the market for a lash serum and money, or the price isn't really that big of an issue for you. I think Babe Lash is a great place to look. Okay, so I'm going to start with eyes. I'm going to do eyes, lips, face. I have 3 mascaras here. 2 of them are full size and 1 is a mini. The Flower Warrior Princess one, I didn't like this one. I didn't think it was anything special. I didn't really think anything really of the product. I thought it was just okay, definitely not something that wowed me, definitely not something that I think I would get again. And honestly, same for the CoverGirl Exhibitionist mascara. This one, if you can see, like it started leaking. I do store my mascaras sideways, flat like this, so that might have contributed to that. If you store yours upright, it might not do that, I'm not sure. But the brush is really big. I like smaller brushes. And I liked the formula. I thought it was okay, but it wasn't outstanding in any way. But I can say differently for this mini Pillow Talk Push Up Lashes mascara from Charlotte Tilbury. This one had a really nice brush. I think I just prefer spiky brushes like that. If you can see, it's kind of flat, like a paddle, but then on the sides it has these little short bristles. I think this did a really great job at like pushing my lashes up and giving them like a boost. I thought the formula was really nice. I really enjoyed this mascara. And it's the Pillow Talk Push Up Lashes version. It was really nice. Do I think I would pay the $32 for a full size of it? No, but it's very easy to get little samples like this. I'm actually using another of the Legendary Lashes Volume 2, and that one was again a free sample. I've gotten a handful of them over the years, so they're not that hard to get your hands on if you're already making other purchases through Sephora and Charlotte Tilbury. So I would definitely use it again if I got it, but I don't think it's something that I would be willing to spend the $32 full price for. I have one brow gel. This is the Essence Make Me Brow. It is a tinted brow gel that has fibers in it. This is the shade Soft Brownie Brows, which is probably too deep for me. I'm using the lighter shade now, the Brownie Brows? Blondie Brows? I can't remember. But it's the lightest one, and that one works a lot better. That's all I'm wearing in my brows today, and it matches me a lot better. It's like $3.99. It's a really great product. I've gone through several of these over the years. Another brow pencil here, this is from NYX, and this one's in the shade Taupe. I really like these types of micro pencils where they're really thin. I think they're good for filling in those sparse areas. If you have really thin brows and you're trying to really create like a full brow from nothing, I think you'll go through these types of products way too quickly. But if you're just looking for like a little touch up in little spots here and there, I think it's really nice. But there are so many micro brow pencils out there on the market. I don't really think there's a big difference between most of them. So you would likely be able to find something cheaper. I think e.l.f. has a version of this. ColourPop has a version of it. Like, it's just not hard to find things like this. So while I do really like it and I have a couple more in my collection to go through, it's not something that I feel like I'm missing by not having it. This is a little CoverGirl pencil liner. I think it's the True Blend, and this was in a dark brown shade, and I really liked it. I also really liked that it had a little sponge tip at the end, so it was really nice for smudging. I usually always smudge whatever liner I'm wearing just because I like to have a softer liner look. I have gone through multiples of these over the years. I think they're like $5.99, might even be under $5. So it's really great to just have these around. I'm using a pencil liner from Charlotte Tilbury, and I don't really see a big difference in the performance of them. They're both dark brown pencil liners, and they kind of both do the same thing. And I do really like that it has a tip, a sponge tip for blending. I think that's really nice. So, you know, something I would consider getting in the future. I have like a black pencil liner and a brown one already in my collection, so once those are gone, I might decide I want to try something else. I might just come back to this. Who's to say? We'll move on to lip products, and I have two tinted lip balms from NYX. They're in these little metal tins with kissy marks on them. They're the hashtag This Is Everything lip loving balm. I've been a huge fan of these for years. I have multiples of these open around my apartment and my backpack. Fantastic product, great lip balm. I just think they're great. Definitely will repurchase. Then I have two lip gloss products. One of them is from Tower 28. It is a mini. I bought a little 4-set of the mini ones during the holidays last year. This is in the shade Chill, so it was just a clear lip gloss. I really like the formula of these. I think they're really nice. They're very glossy on the lips, and they're a little bit of a heavier feeling, like they're not super lightweight, and so I do think they do a good job at making my lips feel moisturized. And it's not something that I have to constantly reapply like every 10 seconds, and I don't feel like they dry out my lips. Sometimes when lip glosses are really thin or just not the right consistency, they can make your lips feel like they're drier whenever they wear off. I didn't find that was the case for these. They also have milky lip glosses now, which are, I'm assuming, the same formula. They're just a little bit milkier. looking, and I would like to try those, but I have a lot of lip glosses currently. I bought a 3-pack of the NYX gloss I'm going to talk about, and so I just have plenty of lip glosses, and even though I want to go out and try the milky version and get a full size of one of these shades, I just don't need that right now. I'm not going to use it. So fantastic product, would repurchase, would recommend, just not going to run out and buy right now. For the other lip gloss is the Charlotte Tilbury, what are these called? Lip Baths. This one is in Pillow Talk, and these are so nice. I took the stopper out because I did want to make sure I got everything out of here. I did calculate how many uses it took to finish this, and while it is not something that I feel like I would repurchase at full price, I saw that there was a 3-pack of these for 30% off or something on the Charlotte Tilbury website, so I did purchase that because whenever it's discounted in that way, I do think it is a much better value for your money, and it is such a fantastic product. It does have a pepperminty feeling, but I'm willing to let it slide because the formula of this is just so moisturizing. It feels really thick on the skin or on the lips, and if you have like chronically dry lips, I do think that this is a product that helps your lips. Like, I don't know if it helps heal them or anything, but it just definitely helps. It's thicker than the lip balms I have. I think it's a beautiful formula, and I really like the Pillow Talk color, but honestly there's not a huge difference in the 3 that I have. Like, they're 3 different shades, but they don't really look that different. So just keep that in mind. I don't think you need like every shade in the line because most of them aren't really that different unless you're getting like a really pigmented one and then a really light one. But fantastic product. One of my favorite Charlotte Tilbury products out there, and I have already repurchased. Another favorite from Charlotte Tilbury is their Pillow Talk lip pencil. I did use this one up and I did repurchase another one. I wore this lip pencil on my wedding day. I think it's a beautiful formula. I think it's a beautiful color, and I really enjoy it, and I have already repurchased. I think Peekaboo Neutral from NYX is like $4, and it's very, very similar in color, and I actually might like the formula that one a tiny bit better, if not exactly the same as the Charlotte Tilbury one. So if you're looking for an alternative, you don't want to spend the $20+ on the Charlotte Tilbury one, the NYX Peekaboo Neutral one is a really great alternative. Speaking of Peekaboo Neutral, this is it. Also finished this one. Beautiful color, will definitely repurchase. Especially for it being so affordable. I think it's a very, very great value. And then I have another NYX lip pencil. This is from their Slide On Glide On line, so it's a different line from Peekaboo Neutral. And this one is in the shade Bed Rose. This was a little bit of a deeper pink. This was really beautiful all over the lips, a nice like springy, bright pink color. It had a little bit more depth, so it didn't like wash me out too much, but this was beautiful. I don't know if I'll run out and repurchase it anytime soon, but I do really love the colors from this line. Sugar Glass is a really beautiful one. Nude Suede Shoes is a beautiful one. It's very similar to Pillow Talk from Charlotte Tilbury, but it's a much creamier formula. So if you find the Charlotte Tilbury ones are too dry, try the Slide On Glide On formula. Okay, now we're on to face. I have 2 foundations. The first one is a discontinued one from Urban Decay. It's the Naked Skin Weightless Ultra Definition Liquid Makeup in the shade 0.5. This is a favorite. It's super liquidy, it's lighter in coverage, and it is a really great mixer for other products. Like, I like to mix thinner and thicker consistencies with like different levels of coverage with different undertones to get like the right color and formula for me, and this was a really great liquidy one. They don't make this anymore, but the one from IT Cosmetics, the Your Skin But Better foundation, is a very, very close alternative. And this one I'm also not sure if they make anymore. It's from Smashbox. It's the Studio Skin 15-Hour Wear Hydrating Foundation. I'm in the shade 1.05, which has an olive undertone, but it is light enough to match me. So really love this. I've gone through 2 to 3 bottles of this, I think, and they don't have the 15-hour wear foundation anymore. They have a 24-hour foundation, which seems like it's in the same bottle, so I'm assuming it's the same product. I haven't tried it yet, but this is a long-time favorite. Once I go through some of the other foundations in my collection, I will repurchase the 24-hour one in the hopes that it's the same as this one. And this one is a good one that doesn't really need to be mixed with other things to work. Like 2 pumps of this all over my face gives me a really nice level of coverage, a nice shade match, a nice formula. Like, I don't have to mix it with anything else, but if I want to add a little bit more of a neutral leaning olive undertone to another foundation, a pump of this will help do that. So really fantastic product. The next category I want to talk about is concealers. I have two, one from Cover FX, the Powder Play in the shade G Light 2. This was slightly too yellow for me, so if I were to get it again, I'd get a different formula. But this is a really liquidy formula that has a really good level of coverage. It is $30 though. I don't know. I don't really like spending a ton of money on concealers because there are so many good drugstore alternatives. The Makeup Revolution one, however, I love, and I love that they sell a supersized version of it for $10, so you're getting a really fantastic value for your money. This is in the shade C7. I don't know if it's like the exact perfect match for me, but it does work really nicely, and I don't think it looks weird whenever I put it on my under eyes, but I would like to find maybe a more neutral, slightly lighter shade that works for me. And I love the formula, I love the level of coverage so much, so I would definitely recommend this. Fantastic shade range for the drugstore. Yeah, and I have another Makeup Revolution product that I'll talk about later on. And then I have two eyeshadow bases, another one from Makeup Revolution. This is the Cut Crease Canvas in the shade Illustrate. I would definitely get this again, but I don't think they make it anymore. And it's kind of just like a tinted eyeshadow base that's very similar to a concealer. And I thought it was really nice. I got a ton of use out of it. Nice, affordable product. And I would get it again if they sold it. And I also have a mini of the AVH eye primer. For being the mini, I got a ton of use out of this. I think it took me almost a year to finish this. And this was a very, very light, almost white type of product, and it was definitely a more liquidy than the makeup base from Makeup Revolution. It was like a more liquidy product, but it was very pigmented, and I thought it was beautiful. I thought it worked really nicely, and if I were to get it again, I would just get the mini again because you get so much product. So I have two powders. This first one is a powder foundation, and it's from Makeup Revolution. It's in the shade P5.7, which has a really nice olive undertone. I also love sometimes dusting this on like the very inner corners of my eyes whenever I've done all of my makeup and I find that there's like still a little bit of darkness there. I can kind of go in with a fluffy brush and just kind of buff that in right there, and it does a great job at like concealing that just as an extra step if I'm feeling extra, and sometimes I am. I already have another one of these in my collection. I think this is the second one I've used up, and the other one I've almost hit pan on, so definitely something I recommend. It's like $10. Once again, really great shade range for the drugstore, so I would definitely recommend this. And the other one is a loose powder from Too Faced. It's the Born This Way Ethereal Setting Powder. I prefer like HD types of powders that are like really thin and like translucent. I think that those are my favorite formula. This one wasn't like that. It was just like a regular translucent powder. It was just a regular setting powder, and there was just nothing really special about it. It was nice and soft, like it didn't feel heavy on the skin, but not as lightweight as an HD powder. And I also don't really feel like it did a good job at like mattifying. Not that that's what it does. I just have learned over time that I prefer a powder that is more mattifying, and it's, you know, $30 when there's so many drugstore powders out there. So I wouldn't get this one again. Okay, so I have two liquid cream cheek products. The first one is Peachgasm from Charlotte Tilbury. This was a beautiful, beautiful shade. It had like a peachy undertone and had like a golden shimmer to it. It wasn't shimmer or glitter, but it definitely like had a very luminous finish. And this was beautiful. I loved wearing it on its own. I loved mixing it with like liquid lipsticks to add a little bit more of a flush. I'm using Spotlight right now, which is their liquid highlighter. Again, stunning, beautiful formula. It makes your cheeks just look so juicy and beautiful, and I hate that it was $38. I do not think I got enough use out of it. I even cut it open to make sure I got everything. It's just an expensive product, so I'm not gonna buy it again, but I so enjoyed using it. I really did. And then this other one was like a free gift with purchase. It was a mini of the Benefit WhatsApp highlighter, and I forgot how much I loved this. I used up a full size of this back in the day, back when I first started my channel, and it has just like a golden champagne undertone, but something in the reflection, it just looks so beautiful on the skin. I wish Benefit was cruelty-free because I would get another one. I think this is a beautiful product. Okay, I have two powder highlights and two powder bronzers. I did talk about the Charlotte Tilbury bronzer from the Filmstar Bronze and Glow Duo, and I have used two other bronzers up in the meantime. I used up the Butter Bronzer from Physicians Formula. This was just in the shade Bronzer, which I think was the lightest shade. And I really liked the formula of it. I thought it was a really beautiful bronzer. I don't think Physicians Formula is cruelty-free anymore, so it's not something I would buy again. But I did purchase one of the bronzers from Nabla, and I think that is like a very comparable bronzer. So if you're looking to find a cruelty-free alternative to this, I think Nabla is the way to go. And then this one from Cover FX, this is in the shade Sunkissed. I don't know if they make this one anymore, honestly. This was very, very light. It was incredibly light. So what I ended up doing was whenever I only had a little bit left, I crushed it up and I mixed it with a deeper bronzer, kind of mixing them together. Not really my favorite. If I were to get it again, I would get the deeper shade. I think there's only 3 shades, but I don't think they make it anymore anyway, so just used it up. And then I have 2 powder highlights. One is a mini from Cover FX. I don't know if they make this one either, which is a shame because this is beautiful. It's in the shade Moonlight. It's a lighter champagne color. I really, really enjoyed this, and I would get a full size, but like I said, I don't think they make it anymore, which is a shame. And I don't think they make the Moonlight drops either, which I adore. I don't think they make those anymore. This one is a limited edition shade from Becca, which Becca's also not a company anymore. Wow, okay. And this is in the shade Berlin Girl Glow, which was in collaboration with Hattis Schmidt, I believe. And this one was a really unique shade in my collection. I did buy 2 of these, so I have another one in my collection, so I'm not like left without it forever, but it kind of looked like silvery champagne in the pan. Let me show you since I do have another one. So this is what it looks like in the pan. It almost doesn't really look like anything. It kind of just looks like the color of my skin, but it had reflex of like light purple and pink and even light blue. It was flattering and it looked like very beautiful and luminous on the cheeks. So I really enjoyed it. I'm glad I have another one. But yeah, I also feel really accomplished. Finishing a full-size highlighter is no small feat. And the last of the makeup is setting sprays. I've used up 4 setting sprays. I'll talk about them from least liked to most liked is what I'll do. The one that even the last 2 that I would be under my least liked, I still really liked them. The e.l.f. Matte Magic Mist and Set I thought was a great setting spray. It did do a good job at getting the powdery look down, but I don't think it did much for longevity or oil control, so I use this more in the winter months. I don't think I would buy it again. There is I did purchase 2 other setting sprays from e.l.f. recently, so I'll talk about those in my like holiday haul video coming up. And the Morphe Continuous Setting Mist, I really liked this for like wedding eyeshadows. I liked it whenever I was going for like a really glowy look. Maybe my skin felt drier and looked drier, and I wanted to make something that kind of added some life back into my skin. I use this. Again, it isn't something for oil control or for making your makeup last longer, which is what I prefer in a setting spray, so I don't think I'd buy it again for that reason. And I feel like if I need something to make my eyeshadows wet, to foil my eyeshadows, I can just use water or whatever setting spray I have on hand, so I don't need this. This had a really nice spray. I think it's an aerosol can. So the spray on it was very luxurious, which I appreciate, but not enough to get again. And the top 2 setting sprays, I really liked both of these. The first one is the Flower Seal the Deal Long Lasting Setting Spray in Matte Finish. I loved the spray on this. This also had a really gentle spray, and I really liked the effect of it. I thought it was good at oil control. I thought it helped my makeup last longer. It felt nice on the skin. The only major setback is that when you do spray it at first, it is very, very heavily fragranced, and it does eventually go away, but that is something that kind of like took me aback. I don't think I'm saying that right. It startled me. I don't think that's the right word either. I don't know. It just surprised me, not in a good way, with how strong, how heavily perfumed it was when I used it. I do have, like I said, a couple setting sprays from e.l.f. coming in, and I do have more of the Urban Decay, one that I'll talk about in a second. There are so many setting sprays out there that I want to try. I really want to try the PYT Beauty one, the one in the red bottle. Yeah, I just have a lot of other ones I want to try, so I don't need to run out and get this one again. And then I have the Urban Decay De-Slick. I usually purchase a 2-pack of these during the holidays because they're usually like 2 for the price of 1. One of my favorite setting sprays I've used. It's one of my like longest used ones. I've been using these over the years. I can't even tell you how many of these I've used up over the years. and I just think it's a fantastic product. I think it does exactly what you want it to. I think it lives up to the hype still, even though there are so many other setting sprays out there on the market. Just a great product. I definitely recommend. Okay, I'm going to go grab the rest of the products and then we'll move on to hair care, skin care, and body care. Okay, quickly, I have two body care products. They're both body washes. The first one is from Desert Essence. It's the Green Apple and Ginger Body Wash. This one smelled really interesting. I definitely smelled the green apple and the ginger. Kind of a cool combo, one that I wouldn't think would go well together, but it actually did. I got this like on super sale, probably for like $3 or $4 during their Black Friday sales last year. Something I've learned about myself is I like the idea of a fruity body wash, but something about the mixture of like fruit plus soap, because it is a body wash, something about that I don't love. So I don't think I would get it again. It was perfectly fine to use up. There was nothing wrong with it. If they have other scents that sound like they would be better, I would definitely try them. But I definitely like the other body wash more. And that is from Everyman Jack. It's the cedarwood scent. This is fantastic. I have another one of these in my shower right now. It's a great body wash, but I also just really love the scent. That cedarwood scent is really nice, especially in the winter time. The next category is skin cleansers. I have two. The first one from Pacifica is the Kale Detox Deep Cleaning Face Wash. This kind of smelled herbally. I was gonna say tasted herbally. No, I didn't taste it. I smelled it and it smelled kind of earthy, herbally, and I didn't mind that after a while, and I do think it is a really nice, deeper cleansing product. It's not super harsh either. Like, it says deep cleaning, like it makes it seem like it's going to be really stripping, but I didn't find that to be the case. I also really liked how small it was, so it was great for travel. And yeah, I really like this. I would get it again. Another staple, another favorite here, e.l.f. Daily Face Cleanser. I picked up a couple more of these with the 40% off site-wide sale they had a couple weeks ago. I don't really have any desire to go out and purchase more expensive ones when I know this one works so well. And then I have a micellar water here. This is from NYX. This is my favorite micellar water I've ever tried. I did a whole video comparing like, I don't know, 10 plus micellar waters. This one was the best, and it also was the most cost effective. So I continue to repurchase this over the years. I just used some earlier today for a lip swatch video. I have repurchased these time and time again. I think it's great. I definitely recommend it. And then I have a cleansing oil here. This is from DHC. I got this from Costco. It came with like a little mini, and I really like this a lot. It washes off easily, like it doesn't leave any residue, which some cleansing oils and some cleansing balms do. This doesn't do it at all. It doesn't have any weird noticeable scent, and it does a fantastic job at removing all of my makeup, including eye makeup. If you're a Costco member and you see this and you want to try it, I recommend giving it a shot. I have a cleansing balm here from Good Molecules. It's the Instant Cleansing Balm. This was a really nice product. It's very similar in performance and all the good things I had to say about the DHC cleansing oil. I feel the same about this one, with the exception of how quickly you go through it. I feel like cleansing balms, you're going to go through more quickly than you are cleansing oils. And I've tried a handful of cleansing balms. I've tried the one from Physicians Formula. I really like that one. I have one from e.l.f. right now. I really like that one too. I'm on the hunt for just the most cost-effective one out there, and I think maybe the e.l.f. might beat this one out a little bit, but I really love Good Molecules. I love them as a brand. I have another product from this brand that I'm going to talk about later, and I just really love their message and how they price things and the kind of ingredients they use and just their marketing in general. Like, I really do like this brand a lot, and so I do plan on trying more things from this brand as time goes on. I think Good Molecules is just a great place to start when you're looking for affordable skincare. And I will talk about the other Good Molecule product that I have. It's the silicone-free priming moisturizer. This is like a cult classic. I think it's for good reason. It's a really, really nice moisturizer. I think it is a little bit more moisturizing than the e.l.f. one, which is a favorite of mine. Whenever I do need a little bit more moisture, I think this is a good one. I also love that it's in an airless pump. It's nice and affordable. Great product, I recommend. Since I just mentioned the e.l.f. face cream, I will talk about that next. I have 3 tubs of it. My husband also uses these, so it's not just me blowing through these super quickly. I recently purchased the fragrance-free one. I bought a couple more during the e.l.f. sale a couple weeks ago. You'll see that in a haul coming up. I love that it's fragrance-free. I think it's a great formula, very nice and moisturizing. I really recommend it. and I've gone through several of these. Another face cream I adore, this is the Embryolisse Lait Cream Concentrate. They usually sell 2 packs of these on the Costco website, but if not, you can get it from Derm Store. And even though it is a more expensive cream, it is phenomenal. This is like, if you have incredibly parched skin and you need something that's like really gonna get in there and moisturize your skin, this is the place to go. Sometimes my hands will get so dry to the point where they're like hurting, where I get a lot of hangnails and they just feel like, not necessarily like they're cracking, but they just feel so dry. And this is the only thing that will make my hands feel like regular skin again. And I love it. Sometimes I'll add a little bit of it to whatever cream I'm using just to take it up a notch without being like too moisturizing. I find that if I use this too often in a row, it can have the capacity to be a bit heavy and make me more likely to break out. I don't think that this breaks me out necessarily. I just think it's such a thick product that it can make me more likely to break out if I use it too often in a row. But this is such a lifesaver. Love it. I have another one on backup. I've been raving about this cream for years. I do have a cream here that I don't really care so much about. It's the Pixi Hydrating Milky Lotion. This is a lotion, so it's not going to be as hydrating as like a cream. I feel like it was very heavily fragranced. It's the same scent as the Milky Mist, which I used to really like, but now that I've used more not fragranced products and then come back to use these again, I think they are just like too heavily perfumed for what I like now. I thought it was okay. I used it just like as a regular face cream whenever it was like the summer and I didn't need as much moisture as I do in the winter. And I do like how much you get. This is 4.5 ounces. If you get it on sale during like the Pixi website sales, you can get it for a really great deal. So if you do like lightweight face creams, this might be for you, but for me, it's not worth getting again. All right, I do have a bead shield in here from Crave Beauty. I might have used another one and just not kept it in my empties. This product is not available anymore. It was a long-time favorite for so long. I was under the impression, I think all of us were, that this was SPF 50 plus, if not higher, and it was just such a fantastic sunscreen. Like, it had the high SPF. It worked amazingly under makeup. It didn't make you greasy. It didn't have any color to it, so it didn't give you a white cast. It was just like the perfect SPF for me. And so I purchased like multiple every time that they came back in stock. And then recently there was like a study done. I'm not entirely sure what happened, but essentially they gave everybody their money back for these and said that you shouldn't rely on them for SPF. I don't know if like the SPF testing process wasn't as accurate as they thought it was. I'm not sure. I think it happened to a lot of SPF products. It's sad that I can't get this anymore and that it's not the SPF 50 product that I thought it was. I'm just using up the ones that I have left as like regular face creams. I have an eye cream here. This is from Ole Henriksen. It's the Banana Bright Eye Cream, and I got this as a birthday present earlier this year from my sister-in-law. I really like how it smelled. Like, I mean, I don't love something being like fragranced when it's that close to my eyes, but I just really liked how it smelled. And I did like the cream. I don't know if it made any significant changes in my under eyes. I do know that I stopped using eye cream because I didn't have any a couple months ago, and I do feel like my under eyes are more likely to look like dry and maybe not feel as moisturized as they could be, and they are, you know, they just look like they have more lines there and stuff, which, I mean, it's just a natural part of aging. It's not something that I feel like I need to eradicate or be afraid of or anything. I do have another eye cream from Paula's Choice that I'm using right now. I've only used it for a couple days, so I can't say necessarily if it works, but my under eyes do feel less dry now that I've incorporated an eye cream into my skincare routine. So that's all I have to say. I don't really know about the efficacy of super fancy ingredients in eye creams and all the science behind it and stuff. I really don't know anything about that. I know that this didn't make enough of a difference for me to spend the 30 plus, I think it's like $38 for this again. But I did recently purchase another expensive eye cream with a lot of active ingredients, so I'll let you know if it performs any miracles. 2 products left, and I adore both of them. The first one is a setting spray from the brand Hylamide. It's the Sub-Q Mist. I've used up 2 of these. Fantastic product. Whenever I apply moisturizer, I like to spray my face with a facial spray first, so it's damp when I put the moisturizer on. I think it just does a better job at absorbing and moisturizing my skin. and this doesn't have any fragrance to it. It says it's a multi-depth toning treatment for water density. Again, I don't really know a ton of the science behind most skincare products, but I do know that I really loved it. It didn't have any scent to it, and I feel like my moisture barrier on my skin is a lot more balanced. Like, I don't ever feel too dry or like too oily. I feel like I'm relatively balanced. And I don't know if it's just because of my regular skincare routine, my solid products that I've been using for years and really loved, and it just kind of like balancing out on its own, or if it's because of this, but I've already bought a couple more during the Ordinary's 23% off everything sale that they have every November, or they have had every year for the past couple of years. Love it. And the other one I really love is the Pixi Glow Tonic. This is a glycolic acid toner, and I have another one to replace it in a bigger size because I love it so much. I think it's great. I use it like once a week, maybe every 2 weeks, depending on how often I remember to use it. And it just eats the dead skin cells that are on the top of your skin to let the new cells show through. It's one of the few products in my skincare routine that I do see a legitimate difference before and after using it. And anytime I feel like my skin, it just feels a little more textured or just feels a little off. Once I use this, the next day my skin feels back to normal, back to the way that it always did. I think it's a great product. Highly recommend. Okay, so the next and final category is hair care. I have a couple hair conditioners in here that are pretty much in every Empties video, so I'm going to go over those really quickly without going into too much detail because you've likely seen me talk about them over and over again. The first one is Banana Love from Pacifica. This smells like banana cream pie. Fantastic product. I think it does a great job at making my ends feel less dry, more moisturized, shiny. Definitely recommend it. I also really love the Italian Red Grape Conditioner from Desert Essence. I have a couple more of these in stock. I bought a ton of them when they were on super sale during the Black Friday sales last year. I think I got them for like $3 a piece. I love having conditioners that are really affordable that have a lot of product in there because I have really long hair, so I go through conditioner really quickly. While I do still really love those conditioners, I have found a new favorite, and it's from Garnier. Garnier recently went cruelty-free. Their Honey Treasures conditioner, phenomenal. My favorite conditioner I have ever tried, ever. I have already repurchased it. I will always repurchase this. It's amazing. It smells so good. It smells like honey. It's a scent that will last. Like, I can still smell it in my hair like the day after I wash it. Just smells so nice. And it does a fantastic job at moisturizing my hair, keeping it from feeling too dry or looking too dry. Adds a nice shine, super affordable, fantastic, 100% recommend. Love it, love everything about it. Now for some conditioners that I feel like were just okay. The Alba Botanica Colorific Conditioner in Plumeria and the Kristen S Deep Treatment Mask. I don't think either of these were the best at keeping my hair moisturized. Like, I don't think they really did that great of a job at conditioning my hair. They weren't horrible. Like, they didn't leave my hair drier than it was before. And they both smelled nice. I really love the Kristen S scent of their products. And I really like Plumeria. That's the reason I picked it up, because it's not really something you see very often in like conditioner scents. Plumeria. It's actually one of my mom's favorite flowers. And so I just have like a little bit of a nostalgic connection to it. So I saw that and I was like, oh, I gotta try that out. And it's a very affordable brand. You can buy like giant conditioners and shampoos from Costco from this brand too. So if you do like Alba Botanica, check out Costco for like a really great value. Both of these were just okay. They weren't horrible. Like, I definitely used them up, but they're not ones I would get again. I do have a couple sets that are really good. I enjoyed using them, but I don't love them as much as the Garnier conditioner. The first one is from Paul Mitchell. It's from their Awapui scent, the Awapui shampoo. This was really nice. I enjoyed this. It did a great job at making my hair feel clean. It had a really nice suds. I know like the suds doesn't actually relate to how clean it makes your hair. Like, shampoo doesn't have to suds up to still clean your hair. I know that, but I also just love when things have a really great sud to it. So this had a great sud. It smelled good. It made my hair feel really clean, but also made it feel very balanced. Like, I could still run my hair through it without it feeling like super dried out. It didn't do anything to make my scalp angry. I have like dermatitis and stuff in my scalp. It's really easy for things to like make that flare up or make my skin feel dry. This didn't do that. The Detangler conditioner I think was just okay. Definitely doesn't compete with the Garnier, but I enjoyed using it. I thought it was a fine conditioner. Definitely love the Awapui shampoo much more than the Detangler conditioner. I also have two conditioners from Sun Bum. I love the scent of these. These are like coconut, tropical. They smell amazing. So good. And I have the Curls and Waves one and the Revitalizing one. Obviously, I don't have curly or wavy hair, but I still bought the Curls and Waves one because my thought process behind it was that it's probably very nourishing. It's very moisturizing for people with curly and wavy hair, so I thought I would give it a try too. I really like how these smell. I like that they're more affordable, and I would consider getting these two again maybe in the summer whenever I want to smell tropical. I don't think it's as moisturizing as the Garnier one, but they are very nice, and I was pleasantly surprised with these. All right, and then the next set is from Pravana. It's from their purple line, the Perfect Blonde Purple Toning Conditioner, the Perfect Blonde Purple Toning Shampoo. These were both very pigmented. They were both very, very dark purple, and they both smelled like bubble gum, which is really nice. A lot of purple products smell like bubble gum, I find, and I really like that. And I think that these did do a good job. I could notice a difference in the tone of my hair after using these, even after just one wash. They are very expensive though, so I'm not gonna run out and purchase these again. I have a couple other purple products that I'm working through, but these are fantastic. The Pravana Purple Hair Mask is also really great if you're like really trying to do some color toning for your hair. So my hair, it is a more like warm honey blonde. It's just the way my hair pulls, and I'm never really gonna be like a platinum white silvery blonde. It's just not, my hair can't possibly go to that color, and it's not really an aesthetic I'm going for anyway. I like having a little bit of warmth, a little bit of yellow in my hair, even though people always say like brassiness, like you want to try to eradicate it. You don't want any brass in your hair. If you have honey blonde hair, it's gonna be there. But I do find that whenever there is just like a little too much yellow and I want to neutralize it just a little bit, these types of products work really nicely. I'll always have some type of purple toning product in my hair care routine, even just once a week or once every 2 weeks. And I think these are really, really great products to try out. And I think you can get like very big sizes of these from Ulta, and you know, it's not hard to find a sale for Ulta. So it is something that if I were to like actively track it, I could get the bigger sizes for a pretty good deal too. I have a clarifying shampoo from Avalon Organics. I know Rebecca Morgan really likes this product, and I love lemon, and I do like having clarifying shampoos, so I thought I'd give it a try. This is 100% a clarifying shampoo. Like, this will get everything out of your hair. Like, if you want to strip your hair down, this is the place to start. I remember years ago, some like hair YouTuber recommended this treatment that had like lemon juice and Dawn dish soap and maybe something else to like just strip your hair of everything, and then use like a really good conditioner on top to bring the moisture back into it. And even that wasn't as harsh as this was on my hair. It didn't really have a lot of suds to it. It's definitely more of like a jelly type of texture to me. And it smelled amazing. It smelled like legitimate lemon juice. I really like that. But whenever I would rinse it out of my hair would just feel like it was just stuck together. Like, I couldn't even run my hands through my hair when it was wet like that. So I would always use a cleansing conditioner or something right up to my scalp just to add a little bit more moisture back. Just a little too hardcore for me, so I'm probably not going to buy this again. But I do like having a clarifying shampoo in my routine every once in a while just to get rid of buildup, especially if I'm using a lot of dry shampoos and stuff. But this is just way too much for me. This product is a big favorite of mine. It's the Big Sexy Hair Powder Play. This is like a texturizing powder. I did purchase the full size of this. This was just a little mini sample size that I got from a hairdresser years ago, and I love it. You put a little bit of it in your roots, like you can put some in your fingers and then push it into your roots, and it just adds a little bit of something so that your hair isn't like flat down. Like, my hair does that. I don't know if it's because it's like heavy or if it's just because it's so straight, but my hair will just be like flat. And so this will give it a little more zhuzh. I can like still touch my hair, I can still work with it, but I can go like this and it'll just add a little bit more volume and body to that part of my hair. Definitely something you want to use a tiny bit of. You can absolutely overdo it very quickly with this, so there is like a little bit of a learning curve with it, but It's fantastic, and I did buy the full size of this because it's amazing. And even just this little mini size took me forever to go through. Another mini powder here, this is from Verb. It's their Dry Shampoo Gentle Cleanse Light Volume. It's just a dry shampoo powder. I've talked about the one from Cake Beauty. I love that one. I think it's amazing. This was just a little mini size. I also thought it was really good. If you like dry shampoo powders, but the Cake Beauty one you don't like because it does have like a little bit of a sweet scent, this is a great alternative. I also use the one from Kristen S. I think that one's also a really nice one. I love using dry shampoo powders. I prefer them over aerosol cans. I just think they look better in my hair. I have some from Cake Beauty in my hair today, and I just really like these types of products. If you have darker hair, I don't recommend using dry shampoo powders unless they're tinted and specifically for people with darker hair. But if you have lighter hair like me, I recommend trying a dry shampoo powder. Speaking of dry shampoo aerosol cans, this one is from Kristen S. And this is an aerosol spray. And I thought this did a good job. I just don't prefer aerosol sprays. This came in a little mini set. I'll talk about the other 3 minis in a second because that was like an entire journey on its own. This came with that. I thought it was nice. I love the smell of Kristen S. hair care, so this was no problem going through it. Didn't take me long to use it up, and I won't purchase it again because I don't prefer aerosol spray dry shampoos. Okay, so I saw this Kristen S sampler set at Ulta. I remember hearing someone talk about Kristen S forever ago. I remember trying the rose gold leave-in spray, and I did really like it. I just feel like with how much hair I have, I'd have to use essentially the whole bottle for my hair, so it just didn't seem like it was worth the money because I had to use so much of it for all of my hair. But I just, I don't know, Kristen S was always a brand that I wanted to try more from. And I saw that it's now available on the Ulta website. It's not just at Target anymore. And they were selling a little mini size of the products. So I purchased it, and I have the signature shampoo, the signature conditioner, and the reconstructive moisture mask. And I have to say, I love the scent of these. If they made a perfume out of what this stuff smells like, I would buy it in a heartbeat. I think it smells amazing. I wish my hair could smell like this all the time. It just smells so clean and like a little bit cologne-y. Like, I don't know, it just smells amazing. I can't describe it. It's not fruity or sweet at all. It's just so like fancy salon. It just smells great. But this is like the worst stuff I have ever put in my hair. Like, I apologize to my hair for what I put it through with this stuff. It was bad. Like, the signature shampoo and conditioner dried my hair to a crisp. Like, my hair has never felt that bad before. Even years ago when I was like curling my hair every day and blow drying my hair every day and being super harsh on my hair, not even then did it feel as dry as with this stuff. I don't know what that was about. And the conditioner, like I said, it just did not condition my hair at all. Same with the reconstructive mask. Like, I would use the conditioner, rinse it out, then try to use this over top of that, and it made no difference. My hair was still super, super dry. I eventually just had to use these as like, I think I used the rest of the shampoo as a body wash once or twice, and then the conditioners I used as a shaving cream just to use them up because I literally did not want to put it on my hair even one more time. Like, I think I tried using all of them twice with horrible results, and I just stopped completely because I felt like I was actually gonna hurt my hair. Like, if I ever did like a roundup video where I talked about like the worst products I've ever used, like, these would be up there. I am sorry, Kristen S. I wish I had nicer things to say, especially because I love the scent so much and it is a more affordable brand. If these work for you, please tell me in the comments like what type of hair you have and what about it works for you, because I don't understand. I feel bad about ending on such a negative note, but I had to be honest about my experience with those products, and it was bad. It was so bad. Anyway, stay tuned. I have been filming a lot with any extra time that I have, and so I will have more videos coming out in December. I don't have an exact schedule figured out just yet. I'm still trying to get back in the swing of things, and I'm not really sure what next year is going to look like. I mean, none of us do we? But I'm not sure. I would love to get back into my routine of 2 videos a week again. I'm just not really sure if that's something that I'm able to do at the time. But I miss filming. I so miss like being a part of this community. I miss you guys so much, and I'm so glad to be back. And if you have stuck around, even though I've been gone for the majority of the year, I so appreciate it. Whenever I first stopped making videos, it was like a technological issue. I broke my laptop, and then I got super busy with a bunch of like really exciting life events. And so many people reached out asking if I was all right and just checking in, and it just meant so much, and I'm just so glad to be back. I'm so glad to be back. So stay tuned. December, probably gonna have more videos in December than I've had in like the last 10 months, so get ready. But in the meantime, that's everything I have. Thank you so much for joining me, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.